Unit 9. Exercise 1. Southern sea lions are seals with small, clearly visible external ears. They are much more mobile on land than true seals, being able to rotate their rear flippers sideways to propel their bodies forward. Sea lions can move quite fast in this manner. A fully grown southern sea lion bull is much larger and more impressive than his northern cousin, the California sea lion. This massive animal measures well over 2 meters long and weighs up to half a ton. His enormous neck is decorated with a shaggy mane, hence the name sea lion, which also refers to his roar. The elegant, nearly yellowish females that make up his harem weigh roughly half the average weight of an adult male, but then they expend less energy. From the time he comes ashore in December to when he leaves in March, the bull sea lion neither eats nor sleeps for more than a few minutes at a time. Guarding his harem is a full-time job. Exercise 2. Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet was born in Philadelphia on December 10, 1787. His family moved to Hartford, Connecticut, where he attended the Hartford Grammar School. He entered Yale College in 1802 and graduated the youngest in his class. Gallaudet became interested in the education of deaf people after meeting Alice Cogswell, the deaf daughter of a neighbor. With funding from Cogswell's father and others, Gallaudet went to Europe in 1815 to learn how to teach deaf children. Dissatisfied by what he saw in British schools for deaf people, Gallaudet visited a school in Paris. There, he received training from deaf teachers Jean Massieu and Laurent Clerc. Gallaudet accompanied Laurent Clerc back to Hartford in 1816 and established the first school for the deaf in the United States in 1817, now known as the American School for the Deaf. Gallaudet served as the institution's principal until 1830. He married one of his former students, Sophia Fowler, and had 8 children. Exercise 3. William Black was born in Glasgow, Scotland. His father, a successful merchant, sent him to the School of Art at Glasgow, but Black pursued journalism instead of painting. As a teenager, he began writing essays for the local Glasgow newspapers. Some of Black's early articles were on well-known 19th century English writers and thinkers, such as Thomas Carlyle and John Ruskin. His early novel, James Merle, 1864, made little impression. Black eventually left Glasgow for London, where he began to write for another paper, the Morning Star. In 1865, he married Augusta Wenzel, who died in childbirth the following year. Black then went to Europe as a foreign correspondent to cover the so-called 7 Weeks' War, a conflict between Austria and Prussia. After returning to London, he continued to work as a journalist, but also began to have success as a novelist. Black set his novels in the Scottish countryside and used a great deal of local color, traditions, and dialect, often setting up a dramatic tension between his rural and his city-bred characters. Exercise 4. Pi Day has been celebrated annually on 14th March since 1988. The brainchild of Larry Shaw, a physicist at the San Francisco Exploratorium, the date 14th March was chosen because the American pattern of writing dates is to put the month before the day, so that 14th March is written as 314, corresponding to the pattern of the first 3 digits of pi, 3.14. In 2009, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a resolution recognizing 14th March as National Pi Day. The date has attracted increasing worldwide publicity and is celebrated in a vast variety of ways, particularly in schools and colleges, and involves the inevitable consumption of all kinds of pies, as well as competitions to memorize and recite as many of the digits of pi as possible. Pi Day in 2015 was particularly significant because the date corresponded to the first 5 digits of pi, 3.1415.